People, I'm sorry to bring you this map so many times in a row, but it's just like every time I come onto this bitch, something happens. Every time. And yeah, I gotta say the line. And that is as far as it's gonna go. Welcome back to Vigor. It is your boy, Stealth Jet, leader of the JSS. 400%. 400%. In solos. You feel me? Solos, not teams. And here is the wholesome part about all this. Default skins boosted the lobby. These skins don't look like sweats. They don't have any weapons. So these are pure people that just want to get some more loot. Now, are they going to get fucked over by somebody killing them, even though they dumped about, 120 crowns into the mix? We're going to find out. We're going to find out. So remember, 400%, right? The first thing I do is come over here to the Lost Patrol. Check these weapon boxes to find there ain't shit in them. I'm confused. And the reason why I'm doing this is because we don't want a default skin person with no experience in the game to get a weapon, because then they'll become dangerously unpredictable. Now, I'm going to throw it back a little bit here, no homo. On the 28th of April, check my second channel, and you'll find a match on Victor Station that was boosted to the max. I decided to not upload it here because that deserves to be on a second channel, and that will live in infamy. Go to my second channel, check out the stream that was uploaded on the 20th of April. Go to the Victor Station list or Victor Station encounter and watch that shit. It's max boosted on both sides. Now, if you think that sounds good, this is the appetizer. This is why I'm telling you to go check out that video. Now, obviously, we hear a car alarm go off. And me, being the audible predator that I am, I decided to come over here and have a look. Here's the thing. When car alarms go off, they're kind of like portable signal detectors, except it only reveals and not detects. I have a habit of staring at the car and not staring at the area around the car. So this is why the thought hits me. If the car alarm goes off, chances are they're going to run away from the car. As you should. You're not going to catch the person who made the car alarm go off. And to all my new players out there, don't bother looting a car. Just don't. You may miss out on a couple of electronics, but you'll get them in the next match. Don't bother looting a car. Because when you do, there's going to be some fucker out there, probably like me, who's going to rush over to see what car went off and then catch your ass slipping. You know? And you always want to be on your feet and not slipping. So you come over here to the Death Coast and don't hear any footsteps, don't see anything. I'm thinking about doing the whole Bloodhound tactic, but I don't feel like hunting somebody down, twice in a week? So I'm here, I'm just watching. Because I'm like, well, his path should be up this coast. But I don't see him. So I decided to go over to the other side of the hill. Don't see him walking down the road. Don't see him going down to the other side of the road where the houses are. Don't see anything. So I'm like, bruh, where did he go? Well, I catch this guy right here in the open. And then shots finally ring out. Yeah, it's been quiet this game, hasn't it? So I catch that guy over there, and it's crazy how he's still over there, considering how the match is about, maybe 20% over with? He probably went through the entirety of that barn and then came out. And now we get our first glimpse of 400% boosted loot. I'm pretty sure somebody spawns right here in this corner. Not in the house, but behind the house. So why is this shit not touched? Probably because they didn't bother coming up here. Now I zoomed in on that time safe because I'm like, that's probably where everybody's at. We caught 2 people with our eyes. Well, one person with our eyes, one person with our ears. And a person with our ears who let off that car alarm probably ran into the death tunnel. Probably did. So that means that the suburbs, except for this one other person, should be free. Right? Should be. But then I catch the other guy again with my eyes. And I'm like, well, what is he doing? Is he coming closer this way? And it looks like it, because I'm hearing his footsteps go closer. And I'm only doing this to stay unspotted, because he could just walk right past me. Then I can stalk him and then get a nice clean headshot. But now I emerge, put my H bar T, almost said VSS, put my H bar T on full auto, and now I listen. I listen to see where he's at. I mean, why else would you listen? Then I get the idea. He's going to come outside at some point. At some point, he's going to come outside. So I mentally note that he was last heard near the blue house. You heard that click. Put my H bar T on single. Headshot mode. And I go back up here. The height advantage in this game is like 60% of the reason why you get killed. If you're shooting down on your opponent, you got the advantage. Simple as that. If you're shooting up at your opponent, you better have some good aim. Because the target you're shooting at is small. But chances are, it's their head. If you can hit it, they're dead. But when they peer over that ridge line, they see the entirety of you. But you see only about 10% of them. This is why, in all my encounters, I try to get the height advantage. I try to. Now, it's crazy that another car alarm goes off. And that's right there in front of me. And I think that's a sound bug. That's not 2 cars. Oh no, it is 2 cars. So, being the audible predator that I am, I decided to run down there and try to track him down. But then I noticed that 2nd story window open. And I'm like, wait a minute. I know where you're at now. I know exactly where you're at. It pays to pay attention to everything that you see. Everything. Case in point. Here's the reason why I don't immediately rush somebody. You don't know what they have on them. Remember, this is 400% boosted loot. That person could have had an M2 carbine on full auto. It also pays to wear headphones in this game. I heard that guy from about a mile away. Remember, gunshots attract players. No matter how small, no matter how sweaty. Gunshots will attract players. Unless somebody does not have a weapon, they're going to avoid gunshots. They're going to. Because they're defenseless. They have no offensive measures either. Know what I'm saying? So, they are going to avoid gunshots. But the players who have guns that think they can take somebody on, oh yeah, they're going to come over here and investigate. They are. And good thing I killed that first guy, because they had a picture. This cash is mine. If there's one thing I really care about in this game, it's that cash. That cash has food. I love me some food. In real life, and in the game. So, remember, the time to safe is in a death tunnel. But, the game is about over with. Why do I put up those two things? Unless I'm stupid and I didn't hear the time safe being unlocked, somebody's probably still in there. Probably still camping and waiting for somebody to do the first padlock. And I'm explaining all this to you because do you see that shit? It's beautiful. It's so beautiful. I am going to get this shit and I'm going to be out. Do you see the amount of fuel I have? I only need 5 to escape. I only need 5 to escape out the docks. And I'm trying to, micromanage all my stuff. And then I bounce. If I left some chemicals behind, I'm sorry. But, I kind of want to leave at this point. This is a good encounter. Now, another reason why I take this exit is because it's the most, how can I put it, audio detecting, if that makes any sense. The moment you hear crows, you know somebody is nearby. And since half the exit's covered up by water, all you gotta do is look behind you, to your left, and to your right. And not in front of you. Unless they're, like, beneath the pier or some shit like that. And you seen how I look directly at that hill, where I usually be at. Look beneath there, don't see anybody, no crows. And, deposit the fuel, boat starts up, and 5 seconds till liftoff. Or not liftoff, but takeoff. And boom, we're out of here. If there is anything you can learn from this encounter, is that you got to pay attention to your surroundings. You got to. Because look, if I would have missed that one Outlander in that 2nd-story house, they would have walked away, got that picture, got the buried cash, and left. But it took me to realize the bigger picture that even though I got a beat on somebody who's, not being smart and looting cars, there's a window open. You don't open windows unless you're trying to get fresh air or see out of them. And so that's where he was at. And who knows? Maybe I wouldn't have survived that initial path I was taking. And I damn sure wouldn't have gotten 2 kills. Well, 2 headshots, rather. But it's alright. Because we came out of there alive. And that's all I really care about. I hope you have enjoyed this episode. And I'll catch you in the next one. Until next time. Peace.